Double Toasted live show in Brooklyn, New York. That's going to be April 1st. It was only a few months when your girl, when she lit up the world with them smooth moves right there. And people said, damn, that girl can dance. We talking about M3GAN. They say she got some moves on. Look at that, Martin, look at that. Them arms just flopping around everywhere. Look at that. Mm-hmm. They say, damn, that girl can dance. But, you know, it's one thing to dance. You know, you can't dance your ass through a whole movie like that.
I don't know.
I mean, she can try.
I've seen plenty of musicals.
Yeah, I've seen some movies try it.
Yes. Yes. There have been some, and rarely do they succeed. I mean, maybe they do. I'm probably
La La Land.
They didn't dance through the whole thing.
Pretty much.
Well, they did. They did. They did. But you had several people. This is just one chick dancing her ass off.
Step up to the streets.
Yeah. You know, is she trying to battle us? Is she trying to get us to step up to her?
Somebody got served.
Yeah, so she trying to serve us. That's right. Well, she is trying to serve us. People say, I hope she's serving up something good because, you know, I mean, those moves are nice, but I mean, we got a whole movie to deal with right here. And, you know, they have been marketing the hell.
They really have.
I know. You've seen her everywhere.
Yeah, they took like I said the other day, a whole gaggle of M3GANs took over a football game.
At halftime.
At halftime, man, everybody confused.
Oh my goodness.
16.
I saw something different. This too, huh?
Yeah, they're
right
everywhere.
Here. And people like, whose little girls are these? Coming out here.
I mean, they're adorable in a creepy kind of way.
Yeah. So who let these Girl Scouts out on this field right here? And where the cookies at? And most of the people just sitting up there like, what the is this? Like I said when we talked about this, people were like, man, these cheerleaders suck. Right?
Like, we did not pay for this.
We did not pay for this right here. They are marketing the hell out this movie. So I said this the other day. Get your ass off the field. Who said that? No.
It reminds me of a Smile. The same marketing.
That's what they did with the same thing like Smile. So they did, but they went all out with this, man.
Better than Smile, though.
And I said, listen, you know, with the marketing that y'all are doing, you can't be all right. You know, you can't be okay. You better be goddamn good.
Yeah, you made a spectacle to tell everybody, come see my movie.
Exactly. You took over a game and confused the shit out of everybody. So you got to be good. Really good. There is a story here, believe it or not, where that story is good. We'll tell you about that in a little bit. But this is the story of M3GAN. M3GAN. A-N, excuse me. That's right. A-N, my literate ass. I say I'd be dead already. Which stands for, they even have a meaning for that. Stands for Model 3 Generative Android. Or if you want to shorten that, crazy bitch. Because what happens, I mean, listen, what happens anytime you give a robot too much AI? What happens when you let a doll start thinking?
What happens when you have a movie that has AI in it at all?
At all, yes.
They taking over the world.
What happens anytime you let a doll get up and just start doing shit on their own? We've seen what happens with that.
Yeah.
From Annabelle don't do shit. She just sit on there. But everybody else. We've had plenty of creepy doll movies and robot movies where they've gone crazy. So M3GAN is no exception right here. Turns out that M3GAN has bonded with her owner right here. Or today we use the technical term paired, like you do with your phone, put your fingerprint on there, and she will do anything to protect her, which means somebody's gonna do this girl wrong and they got to die.
And M3GAN might take things a little bit too far, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But but some people say, but her intentions are good.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't.
It's pretty simple.
Very simple rules right there.
One rule.
One rule. Like I said, hyped this movie up a lot. We finally have the review here for you. We had so much fun with the trailer. Does the fun stop there? And it has before with some trailers. I mean, all you had was a trailer. After that, you didn't have shit. But let's go ahead and get into this long-awaited review for your girl M3GAN. And we'll be right back with our reviews.
Katie, you lost your parents.
Research shows if you force a child to eat vegetables, they'll be less likely to choose those foods as adults.
I'm about to ask you a goddamn thing.
M3GAN, turn off.
That's the kind of attitude that's going to get you killed.
I didn't say I'd say that. I'd be like, that is very correct, M3GAN. Yeah, eat your damn bitch. Lose some goddamn
M3GAN, turn off.
I thought we were having a conversation.
Oh,
And
people.
that trailer shows a lot.
It does. Actually, I disagree. I disagree. Now, it did show a lot of the story that you do have here. I told you that M3GAN is crazy. Of course, you knew that before probably the trailer even came out just by looking at her crazy ass face. But as you can tell by the trailer, the story deals with you got this coder who's played by Allison Williams, and her name is Gemma. Is that Gemma? Gemma. And Gemma just had her niece just thrust upon her after her parents have died in a car accident. And her niece is named Katie, played by Violet McGraw. And Gemma tell you, it's Gemma. Gemma would tell you straight up. She says, "Look, I'm not made for this. I was just a genius coder at one time working on this revolutionary tech, and now I got this girl just throwing my life into turmoil and making me a parent overnight. But hey, I got just the thing that'll take the responsibility right off of me. Got M3GAN over here." Untested, perhaps dangerous doll that will, hey, she might go crazy. She might even do murder. But you know what? I won't have to worry about my niece's little ass over here. And I can just concentrate on my work. Of course, as we said, M3GAN does indeed go crazy. And now we have to not only find out, can Gemma step up and be the parent that she should have been in the first place, which would have prevented this whole thing, or will M3GAN continue her killing spree unstopped, perhaps one day working her way down to Gemma and her niece. So, just to get to it, because I don't want to, with this kind of review for something that people have been waiting on for a while, I don't want to have to make you wait too long. So does this indeed live up to the hype that has been out there for months now? And for me, the answer is very much yes. Yes, it does. And I only speak for myself here, but I will tell you, before you even run out saying, of course, say yes. Oh, I knew it. No, listen to me now. Sit your ass down and wait. Listen, because the thing that you have to understand about this is that you have to go in, because I still don't think people realize this, even as crazy as that trailer is, you have to go in knowing and accepting this as a horror comedy. Now, some of you saying, yeah, no shit, she's going around killing people doing the floppy dance. Yeah, no shit, this is a comedy. But no, I think it needs to be said because, will this be for everyone? No, because there were already people before they knew anything about this other than the doll and she danced and killed people. They thought, and this being from Blumhouse, they thought that this was possibly be rated R. And so there's some people who, want to go in and see a rated R gore fest. And if you're going in for that, you're going to be disappointed. The violence that you do get here, a lot of it, they go out the way to not show a lot of blood. And then some of it some of it looks crazy. Some of it looks kind of silly.
You're just a stupid rubber doll, fake head.
Ow! Are you listening to me, Brandon?
Man, turned his ass into an elf. I'm like, what is his ear made out of?
Taffy ear.
Yeah. Ear looks like a condom. Like he wore a condom on his ear.
You should have pulled it off and start talking into the ear.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Brandon?
It just would have been a piece of rubber. It would have been a used condom right there. That'll tell you the kind of level of horror that you're looking at, and also kind of the level of comedy that you're looking at right here. But M3GAN did not lie to me. I got exactly what I was sold from that trailer. A bitchy killer doll movie that's fully aware of the campiness that it is. the reason why it works for me, because I'm really eager to hear what everybody says. It's the reason why it works for me is because it's already two things that I already am aware of and think I can compare this to. Speaking of the campiness, this could almost be a spiritual remake of another killer chick robot movie from back in the day by Wes Craven. Do you remember this movie called Deadly Friend?
Oh, yeah. I never saw it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't get the clip because now I'm scared to show these things, but it's the clip where the girl took basketball and took that woman's head off.
Yeah.
The director who unleashed Freddy in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Get out of my house! Get out of my house!
Where's the beef?
Right there, Martin. This is what the remake of Child's Play should have been. Because the remake, well, for one thing, the reason why it didn't work because Chucky looked like that. It's an AI toy that becomes too AI and wants to do right by protecting its owner, which means it has no moral boundaries and just goes off and starts killing people. And also in both these movies, M3GAN and that Child's Play movie, why would you sell some shit that looks like that? Why would you sell something that is that? The reason why this didn't work, this remake, is first of all, it failed to live up to the original Chucky's personality. I'm sorry, you just ain't gonna top Chucky. I didn't even know what the hell they were thinking with this old inbred ass damn robot right here. And that's that is, and not having any personality is definitely not the case with M3GAN. M3GAN almost has too much personality. You've seen her in action killing people in the trailer. I'll talk about that in a little bit, why I think her personality kind of works for me. But let me go ahead and start asking you guys what did you think?
Well, you're right about it being horror comedy, because that's what we've been loving about the trailers from the beginning.
Yeah, right.
Is that we've been laughing at it, thinking about how it could be scary. You can see the campiness, it sells you what's in the trailer. It just doesn't sell you anything beyond what's in the trailer. I agree with what Julian said, that the trailers show you too much. So when you get to the actual movie, there's not any surprises left. It's like everything was already there.
It was, yeah.
And what they do here, it's like, okay, well, it's everything that trailer stretched out over the hour and a half. It's all very predictable and kind of like, even though it's comedy, it's chuckle worthy, but there's so many places where the comedy could have been pushed. There's stuff here to like. If you've been liking this trailer and can't wait to see it, it's there. But I just felt like, man, there's so much more that you could have done with it, or just a little bit more that could have made it better. But I was like, I'm just sitting here watching, like when we would watch the trailer and talk about all the different things that could go on, I feel like in our minds, each of us came up with a more interesting or better or more fun movie than what we get here. I left feeling kind of disappointed, but I don't know, Julian, maybe you.
Wow, Mar, did you see my notes? You can't answer everything I was saying. Yeah, like the trailer for real just gives away, I think, way too much. And like I said, you expect a lot more when you see the movie. To me, yeah, I kind of felt like underwhelmed watching this film. I kind of felt like, damn, there needs to be a little bit more here.
Yeah, I'm the total opposite of y'all, man, because like I said, and again, I can see some people really expecting more because, that like they hyped the hell out of this.
They did.
I could see people wanting more. But, like if you're like me, if you're somebody like me, then you get exactly what you were expecting out of this. And the reason why I said I think I got more out of this is because, well, first of all, I was really laughing at some of the things M3GAN did in the trailer, like that move right there. Because M3GAN, when she comes in, like I said, sometimes she got too much personality because she got a little funky attitude about everything.
she owns every one of her scenes.
Yes.
And I enjoyed every scene. In fact, the way she comes from is a place called Funky Toys.
Yeah, right.
And I was like,
she got a funky attitude.
I said, that's the perfect name because you got a little funky ass attitude. When she comes in, she has everything that she does. Everyone she's around, she's got this attitude of, I'm running shit now.
Yes.
And it only progresses throughout the movie. And some of the things when she starts really going wrong, people, That's what I was really expecting out the movie, and that's where I got a lot of laughs from, and that is one of the things that I wanted to see out of M3GAN. I want to see that little ass bitch attitude that she had.
I thought I heard something. It sounded like M3GAN. If she comes in this room, I'll rip your head right off your neck, I swear to God.
Okay, all right. Go to bed!
Okay, that part had me laughing.
No, it was so many scenes like that where they were laughing, and this whole thing going on between Gemma and M3GAN, I really liked, because what I liked about this is that there was a long period in the movie when it starts out where I feel like that they set up more character than I thought they would. I thought that this was going to be really straight out goofy, man. I almost brought a bottle of alcohol in here.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
But no, before M3GAN even comes on, it's a hard comedy, but for me, they don't do that kind of real goofy comedy where, they're trying to do something like, Evil Dead or, Gremlins or something like that. What they are setting up characters in the beginning. And I really loved what they did with Allison Williams' character of Gemma, because she's not a good person. I really like the way they set her up in that she is very self-absorbed. She's not a good neighbor. She's not a good aunt. And so there are moments when you said, she need her ass whooped. And M3GAN went too far, but M3GAN came in and kind of set her, gave her an ass whooping when she needed it and set her straight.
I'm all odds and ends right now. I'd really rather you didn't see me like this. It sounds like you're fighting.
We're not fighting.
Little moments like that I thought were pretty clever, what they did with the humor. Like I said, I don't think they went overboard. And I that's where I feel like I got more out the movie than just this straightforward, goofy, campy killer doll flick. But like I said, depends on your expectations with this. Depends on what you're looking for.
I don't know. Just so many other characters are just flat. And so many things could be developed. And they really do rush to get M3GAN out there on the floor. And I was like, just a little bit more to really develop this whole, would shore it up or make it more solid.
Yeah, see, I guess that's where you and I disagree. Where you saw them rushing them out, I thought, wow, they're taking their time with this. They are not putting M3GAN out there that quick.
Oh, no.
I did feel the same way with you.
Oh, you did?
Like it took its time.
Yeah, I thought people would get impatient talking about what M3GAN.
That's what I was all like.
But I like that they took that time with M3GAN. They took that time to set up that Gemma was not good parenting material.
Well, it's funny about that because it certainly pushes you to go like, man, she's a terrible aunt. She should be taking care of that girl. But it is she's a single woman who's focused on her career and suddenly is like, this is dumped on her. And you could even be a parent and suddenly like, hey, you got to take care of this kid.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know that kid. It's still going to be difficult. You're going to make the same mistakes. And you're going to have somebody from social services there staring at you the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I saw them as setting her up like just being a very self-centered person, like with her neighbor. Her neighbor, like she's clearing the wrong. Like she has a neighbor and I'm not going to tell you what they're disputing over, but they have a dispute over something. And neighbor's actually pretty cool. And she is just being shitty to this woman, man. But again, it's all about, I guess,
Yeah, that neighbor wasn't so cool.
No. She did, well, to the point where, I don't know.
No.
I just thought,
I had issues with her.
Yeah, I had bigger issues. But then again, like I said, it's all about objective, man, where you see it from, Man,
you just ran out of steam.
I know.
Like M3GAN.
I just like, because I don't want to, because I'm being very careful because I want people to think that I'm not valuing their opinion.
No, it's fine.
I don't feel that way.
No.
Listen, there's a variety of opinions around here, and I want to respect them all.
Sure.
Man, what
just like a variety of meals.
I knew it.
Just like a variety of meals. You get a variety of meals on Green Chef. Now,
I want you to keep talking so he couldn't do it.
But no, a variety of meals on Green Chef. Now, this is one thing I think that we can agree on. That they have a lot of good meals here on America's #1 meal kit, Green Chef, with dinners that work for you and for those who are trying to be very healthy out there. Green Chef has those meals for all the lifestyles out there. With keto? Is it keto? Keto. Paleo.
You don't want to say paleo,
veggie. You're trying to be fast and fit out there. Mediterranean. Everybody, hey, look, it's real. We already have a friend has to eat gluten-free. Mm-hmm. It's not just a fad. Well, Green Chef has got you, man, on that. They're pre-made and they're pre-measured and right down to sauces, dressings, spices, but all there to help you keep a healthy lifestyle and maintain it a lot easier. And all their recipes feature organic produce, premium proteins, sustainably sourced ingredients out there. So if you've been eating nasty and you have a resolution for it, if you make those resolutions, say, 2023, man, I'm going to eat good like my mama told me to. I'm going to get fit and I'm going to be one of the beautiful people out there. Well, Green Chef, hey, man, it's there to help you. Quit eating all that nasty stuff you eat.
Okay.
Every night, nachos, hot dogs. He just got some hamburger buns. Put it down on my kitchen table. Talking about, man, I've been making cheeseburgers every night.
I know. Leave me alone, man.
He put down some hamburger buns and applesauce. Go make applesauce burgers out there.
Apples are fruit.
Not the kind of fruit he was. Yeah, people. So you did eat better, my son. Yeah. As I said, you're reducing the amount of food waste that you put out there by 38% versus going grocery shopping. So taking care of yourself, keeping yourself fit, keeping Mother Earth fit, keeping her fine. So this is what I want you to do. A lot of reasons to be using this in 2023. And here's another reason. Go to greenchef.com/toasted60 and use the code toasted60 to get 60% off and you get free shipping. I want to thank Green Chef for trying to keep us healthy, save the earth. And I also want to thank them for sponsoring this portion of the show. And I want to thank all of you out there for all of your support. All right. Let's move on to this further discussion right here of M3GAN. And I did think it had the creepy factor going on for a lot of the movie. Now, most of it is funny. Most of it is fun. It's meant to be played up for, again, laughs and whatnot. But I did think M3GAN was kind of creepy at certain moments because she got those, no matter what kind of expressions they give her, because in the beginning of the movie, they said she's got the expressions to look happy, sad, depressed, confused. And no, all of them look like that. Mm-hmm. Them big ass eyes don't change. Maybe, and again, it's just personal with me because I used to be creeped out by those big eyed children, big eyed kids paintings. It looked like she crawled right out of one of those. So again, it's just something that, personally affected me. But here's the thing that I think makes the movie work for myself and why the comedy here works and why I can even forgive some of these sillier parts of the movie, because believe me, where it goes, it gets really crazy at the end. And that's where I think it's going to test people. But it worked for me as a comedy because when I was watching this, I saw this whole thing as sort of a cautionary tale, kind of a fable almost about depending too much on tech, but more so depending on tech so much that you neglect your children to it. I thought this was a fun way to put that message out there because that's exactly what is going on here. When I look at this, I do have to say that it's very broad in some areas. There's some people that, again, like that kid that, whose ear she was pulling, that kid's there just to get it because he's bad. So we don't feel too bad about M3GAN going around killing people. But I would say that there are a couple of people that M3GAN took out. I was like, they didn't really have that coming, man. Maybe they weren't cool, but they didn't have that coming. So, it's for me, like as I said, man, I had a lot of fun with this. And again, no doubt it's very silly. For the premise itself is silly, man. Like we said, why would you make a doll like this? I mean, even as somebody who's experimenting with a toy, this is M3GAN is the kind of shit that would be made in a government lab somewhere and would be a weapon for the military.
That's often a thing in movies where they want to get something going, they don't really think it out. Because this technology could be used for so many other things that help mankind or the military.
Right.
It's not going to go first into a dog.
No, but again, it goes to awareness. Like I always say, and this movie is aware of that. That's almost part of it. And you know, there were in the trailer you see some other people, and I like some of these other people. I like the I don't think they show them. I don't have any.
Talking about a CEO boy.
The CEO.
Oh, Ronnie Chang.
Ronnie Chang. Yeah, I thought that guy was funny. That's the CEO of the company, who again he's the boss that you expect him to be. He's the corporate guy that, you know, get this done on time or you're fired. What are you doing here? Stop that or you're fired. You know?
That's all he was.
He's like such a cartoon character, could have been pulled out of a newspaper strip.
Yeah.
He's like the kind of boss that kicks Dagwood in the butt.
Yeah, you know. But like I said, I think the movie, they want to do this. Watching this, I pretty much was very much aware of what they were doing with the comedy. And like I said, with that comedy, they could have gone a lot goofier with it. They could have, they could have been a lot more overbearing. But I felt like they had a little more restraint with that. I think that the comedy that they did, it worked because I think it really kind of flowed with the story and the dialogue. There's when you watch it, look for the interrogation scene. I say interrogation scene. Look for the questioning scene with one of the cops that show up after a murder and how he just casually throws in a line and then kind of keeps going. It's almost like they make fun of Disney films in a way, where one part turns into somewhat of a musical number. Well, you that's a good dude I was talking about right there. You can kind of see him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the CEO.
You can catch him real quick. But I thought like the comedy really flowed well with the story instead of like, hey, let's stop for a joke right here. Judging from what I heard in the audience, again, it's one like with a movie we just saw. Like with, what was it? Violent Night, the action Santa Claus movie. That's a great movie to watch with an audience. So it was a lot of fun. This is one of the reasons why I'm glad to be going back to theaters, because I'm watching movies now with people. And I've said, man, as much as I don't want to come back to the theater, I'm watching all these fun movies and the crowd is into it and we're all having fun together. That movie was one of them, and this movie's another one. How it works alone, I don't know. Maybe if I watch this by myself, I might have a difference of opinion, but I was really having a lot of fun. The only thing is, like I said, there are going to be some people who will say, man, that was a missed opportunity for a nice gory kill right there. To me, I'm not going to see movies straight for the kills and the blood and the gore all the time, unless that's what they are really, that's the main thing that they're pushing. So yeah, I enjoyed this, but anyway,
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not somebody who said like, oh, that's a missed opportunity for a gory kill. I didn't mind it not being that.
I was not saying that about you.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm just clarifying for the audience, which you might be a part of. But I did often say that's a missed opportunity for a better joke, or a good opportunity to make this flow into that, or a good opportunity to shore up the story so it's a bit more solid with the follow through. Just me watching the movie on its own, I was like, man, it seems like they got a bunch of these elements here and then fell back on formula. And this movie was almost always predictable, except when it was random with her like killing people, where you're like, all right, why these other deaths, these other murders, I understand, but these don't even make sense. Like, you're just doing it just to have something to do. I just wish things like some of the murders, and even her dance, it was kind of like, it's so cool, the trailer. But then watching it, I was I didn't even see the purpose for it. Where'd that come from?
They threw that in there.
Yeah, just threw it in there.
They threw it in for a trailer.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I didn't get that same, buzz of enjoyment. For me, this is more of a high rental.
All right, what about you?
Oh, wow. So I guess I might probably be in the middle of both of you guys. So this is a movie where if you watch the trailer, you know exactly what to expect. It doesn't do really anything beyond the trailer, at least for me. What I'll say about this movie is, how you'll go see Morbius or something like that, where it's a villain and they'll have people getting killed, but it's like, these are just bad people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This one was like, nah, some of these people weren't all the way bad. So I was like, so I was like, I kind of like it. They did that there. Make her a full-on villain. And I still had a lot of fun watching it. I have to give this movie, I just give it a matinee.
Yeah, just for the fun factor, I'm one of those who got exactly what I expected. And just a tad bit more. Like I said, it had more character than I thought. It was a lot more clever than I thought. Comedy was done a little more clever than I thought. It's still silly, and it's still, it's probably just a tad bit too long where they should have stopped, because that's when it's like, all right, now you're just getting goddamn ridiculous. Right? But it's still kind of creative what they did in the ending. Some of the things that they foreshadowed. Yeah, look. What can I say, man? I can sit up here and get all technical and deep, and and review this, in more detail. But it comes down to having a good time in the theater, which is what we're all trying to go back and do. And that is what it did deliver on from this trailer for me. I give it a low full price. I had a lot of fun with this. If I had time, and I always say I'm going to go see something again, I don't have the time to do it. But if I did have time, this would definitely be on that list of movies I want to see again with an audience out there if I had the time to do it. So keep expectations to the trailer and what you have right here, and you might even be surprised at what you get out of it. Coming in for a little bit more, as you can see, with these guys, you probably can, you and rightfully so, you might be disappointed. Somebody told me there is a rated R version coming out on streaming at some point. If that's for all of you that were looking for more blood and more gore, then you might be able to get it from the rated R version that's coming out pretty soon, which might be out by the time some of you see this review.